Hello, everyone. Rachel Freeman Sowers here, and welcome to tonight's show. Hello, everyone on Instagram. Tonight, we are talking about skyrocketing your impact and legacy with video. So I would love to know how many of you out there, how many of you female entrepreneurs are wanting to make a massive positive impact with your business and leave a legacy. One of the most important things to me is not to just be here on this earth, just being, but what I really want to do is empower other female entrepreneurs to get more visible with video so that they can spread that massive positive impact. And honestly, I'm here to make the world a better place. Now, I also realize that not everyone will think that I am making the world a better place, but that is okay with me, because now is my time to do this. So please make sure to let me know where you are joining me from. I would love to see where you are tuning in from as we move on through tonight's episode. The things we're going to talk about may not be the things you are expecting to hear. So let me just give you a little spoiler alert. If you're waiting for me to tell you what camera to be using, if you're waiting for me to tell you that the way that you can make a massive positive impact is to have the right microphone, if you're waiting for me to give you equipment tips or tech tips, that will not happen here tonight. Because tell me if you understand, when you want to make an impact and you want to leave a legacy, it is far deeper. So, hi, Sherry. Hi there on Instagram. If you're joining me on Facebook or YouTube, make sure to put in the comments what legacy you're wanting to leave. I've had so many brilliant, impactful, beautiful female entrepreneurs on my show, and every single one of them is here for a bigger purpose. What is your bigger purpose? And tonight, that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to give you 3 ways or 3 things that are essential, that are a must do, that are non-compromisable, if that's even a word, for you to make a massive positive impact, to skyrocket your impact and your legacy. So I'm going to be giving you these 3 things that are essential if you're wanting to do that. Give me a thumbs up, give me a hell yes, give me a I'm there in the comments. Let me know that you are with me. Hey, Deb, how are you? All right, so before we go into if this topic, how to skyrocket your impact and legacy with video, is saying, hey, look at me. This is exactly what I want to be doing. I want to be leaving a legacy. I want to be making that massive positive impact, because I know the people that are on here watching, that is what you are about. Yes, we are about building business. Yes, we are about creating income. And I'm about creating income, because one of the ways I want to leave a legacy, and I probably told maybe now 10 people about this. So it is a vulnerable share. Just to let you know, I have like this dream to be $1 million philanthropist. Now, I haven't told that to very many people. 10 people maybe on this planet actually know that. And now whoever watches this video is going to know it. But that is really why I am doing what I'm doing. That is really why I am living my life, so that I can make sure that I leave this world a little bit better than when I arrived. So I'm very grateful. If any of this that we're talking about tonight is saying to you, oh my gosh, yes, I am ready to do that, then I want to encourage you to check out my Visible with Video Accelerator 12-week one-on-one coaching program. You can find all the information at www.rachelfreemansowers.com. And part of the topics tonight, these 3 essential things one of them, I actually was talking to a client today about, and she said, well, okay, I'll just go to the first one. I won't make you wait anymore. Are you ready for the first one? Okay, so here's the first one. She said, I learned how to cut out the comparisons. I'm wondering if you are willing to put in the comments, I have, if you have ever compared yourself to someone else. Because let me tell you this, the fact of the matter is that we are humans. And I know, newsflash, right? And part of us is looking for how we make ourselves known, how we make ourselves matter, what is telling us that we matter. And as we move through our lives and as you move through this business trying to make an impact, if I am constantly, which I have been guilty of, so I'm right there with you, of saying that there's so many other female entrepreneurs that want to help women with video. And you know, there's hundreds of people. I get emails from them every day, and I see them in my Facebook feed and in my IG feed. And if I'm constantly looking at them, comparing what I am doing with what they're doing, and if they're doing the latest, if they're setting the trend, if they're doing all this, I am occupied by an external stimulant to justify what I am doing, or to say what I am doing matters. Because if I'm doing what she's doing, then it must matter. And that is a lie. That is a lie. So when we cut out the comparison, what really happens is that you focus internally on what you are doing. Why are you in business at all? What is the bigger purpose? This leads to you skyrocketing your impact and your legacy. Video is the best vehicle to do this. So if you're not currently using video or leveraging it to its fullest capacity, I want to encourage you to get in contact with me. I'll just say that up front. So cut out the comparison. It's not about what someone else is doing. Now, people say to me, well, Rachel, I want to be relevant. I want to know what's coming. I want to know what the trends are. And I want to know what trends are too. Like, everyone's like, oh, get on TikTok. Everyone's, oh, do IG Reels. Like, those are the trends. But I can guarantee you the trend will come and it will go. But the trend of you showing up and doing you and your business on video, you being authentic, you being real, you being vulnerable, you connecting, you building relationships, that trend isn't going to end. Just a little FYI. So that is a trend that you can count on, and video is the number one way to do that. Number two, all right, let me switch on over to the banners here. Number two is be unapologetic about yourself and your mission. I'm not going to be for everyone. If a woman is wanting to use video, but she's at the very beginning of her business and she's not sure what to do, how to do it, and she needs some of that startup, I'm probably not the person for her. But if a female entrepreneur has used video a couple times and they know that it is the number one way to grow your audience, make those connections, and truly, truly impact people far beyond what we could ever imagine, then I'm probably for you. I'm probably not for someone who isn't in tune with their emotions. I'm a very emotional person. After being a therapist for 18 years in my career, I am a master at emotions. I'm a master at helping people move through these emotions, create the behaviors that they want to create, which equal the results that they want to, which the results that they want. So now, when you are unapologetic about yourself and your mission, it doesn't stop you. These things don't stop you. The entrepreneur's journey, and tell me yes in the comments or type I get it if you have been on the entrepreneur journey, because this is what it's like. It's not like, oh, do this and oh, no, now I'm just sailing. Like, I don't have to learn anything else. I don't have to do anything else. I'm just up here in the clouds. No, like, we work our asses off. And I don't want to apologize about that either. Last week, I talked to a woman, Nicole Prentice, and we talked about the feminine and how to bring in the feminine. And I definitely bring in the feminine in my business, but I want to balance with the masculine because I like results. How many of you know me? If you know me or have known me for very long, I like results. I like my clients to get results. It's important to me. And that doesn't mean that that isn't feminine, but it is something that helps me continue moving on. So being unapologetic about your mission. You know, I'm not sure why I haven't told more people that I want to be a millionaire philanthropist. I'm not sure why I haven't, but I didn't. And now a lot of my work is about being even more bold, being even more unapologetic about how I say things. You're going to notice there's going to be some shifts in some other social media posts. You're going to notice there's going to be a shift in some of the videos, the video topics, and really just bringing the realness back to what is happening. Because sometimes when we feel like we shouldn't be doing something, I'm sorry, you know, I shouldn't do this or I shouldn't do that. We're going to talk about that in just a second. So just hold up for there. We start apologizing for being, and we don't need to do that. You don't need to apologize for being someone in this world, a female entrepreneur, a woman who wants to make an impact and leave a legacy. We don't have to apologize for it. You don't need to apologize for wanting your business to help other people make the world a better place. Why would we apologize for that? Well, I don't want to step on her toes, and I don't want to make anyone feel bad. Shh, that's not your problem. That's not your problem. That would be their problem. So that leads to the third point. And this is, before I put it on here, because listen, ladies, all of my female entrepreneurs, this next point, let me know if you get what I'm talking about. And I'm serious about this. Don't hide it. Don't not comment. Comment, because we are not alone. Okay, you ready? Here it goes, because I'm doing this. Okay, you need to quit your addictions. Now, maybe you're saying to me right now, Rachel, I don't have any addictions. Okay, so I'm wondering, we need to quit the addictions to not feeling like we're good enough. That chronic feeling that we're trying to always accomplish something, like what we do or who we are or what we know is not enough. It's not enough to build a business on. It's not enough to make money. It's like when I started way back, and I got my counseling and psychology and counseling degree, whatever it was, can't remember now. And everyone said, you're not going to make money at this. And I'm like, I don't go into business or I don't do a job to not make money. Like, I can help people and make money at the same time. But over the years, I kept being told it's so hard, it's so hard. And I became addicted to knowing how hard it was and having that belief system. We need to quit our addictions to always having to have the external stimulant to justify why we do what we do. That external stimulant, looking for that affirmation. We need to quit the addiction to staying small. We need to quit the addiction to staying small, to being too much, to being too loud, to being too aggressive, to being too confident, to being too whatever someone else thinks. Like, it's time to cut it out. Like, seriously, just cut it out. We need to quit those. And in order to do that, in order to skyrocket your impact and leave a legacy using video, you need to make sure that you are aware of who you are and what you want. Because when you know that, it doesn't matter what's happening. Put in the comments, give me an amen, or give me something in the comments to let me know that this is yes, yes, and yes to that. Now, some of my people on here that are watching are not female entrepreneurs. And I want to tell you, that doesn't matter with these things. In your life, in your marriage, in your job, these are all the same. So when I talk about it with video, video is where you're seen and heard, and it is a risk. And yet the reward far outweighs the risk. Last week or the week before, I talked about developing a risk tolerance. When I walk down the street, I have to develop a risk tolerance. I don't have to wait for someone to approve for me to be there, right? So we're talking about quitting your addictions. I would love to hear in the comments, what is one of your addictions that you're wanting to quit? And I will tell you, as an entrepreneur or a female entrepreneur, for the last, well, I would say 6 years, a little bit longer, I failed 2 times trying to start my own business before I started it the third time. The third time for me seems to be the charm. But I'm working on the first time being the charm, right? So I'm quitting that addiction to the belief that it has to take so much time. I'm quitting the addiction that it has to be in incremental steps. I want to go from 1 to 100, and that's what I want to do. So I need to quit the addiction that all of this stuff has to happen in between. If you're a female entrepreneur that is looking to grow your audience, then video is how you go from 1 to 100. Now, there are steps within there, but it is the fastest way. And remember, with video, what we're wanting is we want to either attract or we want to repel. And that then allows us to gather and start creating a community to where our impact will grow and our legacy will grow. So I'm wondering, I know I asked you about what addiction you wanted to give up. I am wondering right now, which one will you choose first? Which one of these 3 essential things, if you're looking to leave an impact, and if you're looking to make sure that your legacy carries on when you're gone, because newsflash, all of us are going to die. But I want to know that the woman that I touch today will touch her daughter. She'll teach her daughter those things, and that daughter will teach her people those things. Like it expands out. The women that I work with in the Visible with Video Accelerator, a woman told me today, pretty much all of them tell me this, is that we conquer video, but it spreads far beyond that. She's like, I didn't think that it was going to be like, oh, I'm going to learn this stuff about video and I'm going to overcome these obstacles that I have about video. And she's like, as I did that, I became a better mom. She's like, I became a better wife. She's like, I was able to go away for the weekend and know that everything was fine, that I had all of my stuff. I wasn't obsessing about the work all the time. You know, she wasn't worried. It wasn't on her mind. She knew that she had taken care of everything so that when she came back, she would be ready to go. This is what happens. It spreads. So which one will you choose to deal with first? If you're not a female entrepreneur and you're watching this, I still want to know which one you're going to choose first, because it is very easy, very, very easy to get caught up in our addictions. The addictions, the beliefs that we have made permanently our identity, which they are not, and that's for a whole different video. All right, so as we wrap up here, I hope that you have found this inspirational. If it has motivated you in some way, please make sure to put it in the comments, because I would love to hear from you. If you're like, hey, I want to share this, please also make sure to share the link. And I want to encourage all of you to really begin to lean in and leverage the full power of video so that you can make sure that you skyrocket your impact and the legacy that you want to leave in this world. So as I say at the end of every single video, make sure to stay true to yourself, be kind to others, and always, always, always honor the wise one that is within you. I'll see you all next week. Bye.